What's going on, everyone? It's Tetrosphere, and we have a nice new little setup for the 3v3 case tournament we just had at GalaxyBusterTCG for Doom of Dimensions. I physically was not present at the event, so my boy Juan went ahead and did the recording with his camera. He had a nice little test session for his setup, and now I'm just doing the commentary in post, so the angle's a little bit different, the quality's a little bit different. And also, because I wasn't there, I don't actually know what happened. So it's going to be a bit more of a blind react. Not that I always had like the full picture before, but I generally knew like, I might have known who won, or I might have like known something about the match, whereas now I know nothing about it. Also, the video is like edited and trimmed down, and there's like, I think like captions as far as like round one and, you know, game 1, game 2, game 3, I think. So, you know, I'm excited to try that out. So for the question of the day down below, you know, we're going into a bit of a long stretch with the advanced format here. We're not expecting a ban list or a set release anytime soon. You know, we do have the branded structure deck, but that's not really expected to be too much of a shakeup. What do you guys think about advanced right now? And you know, do you think Anaheim was just kind of a fluke as far as the turn skip meta, or do you think that's kind of here to stay? Are you trying to like Mjolnir lock and Fossil Dyna your opponent and it's working out for you? Maybe we'll see it in today's coverage. But with that out of the way, let's see what happened in round 1 here. It does look like we have the Batter Beast on the left going up against the man himself, Juan, on the right. And so his angle is a bit more, oh, here it is, game 1. Very cute. His angle is a bit less vertical than mine, so there might be like a few situations where maybe the card or the hand is at too much of an angle for me to see. But also, I do think that this angle might be a bit better for like glare. So I am curious to see how that works out. Picture quality wise, I'm not sure if it's my monitor's camera, but I'm noticing a lot of like aliasing and like artifacts. So keep that in mind, Juan, if you're watching. It might be my monitor though. See, I was thinking he might have edited beyond the shuffling, but we're now a minute and a half in and we're just now getting to the cut. It's all good, buddy, just so you know. I'm going to take little jabs like that. For those watching, I'm not bullying Juan. He's my boy. All right, so let's get into the match. Who is going to start things off for us? It looks like Juan is going to do the first action, and that looks like Case for K9. Here's the other thing. I don't even know necessarily what these guys are playing, especially for the, you know, future rounds. What the other players are going to be on, but looks like we grab Noroi. I think Juan's playing K9 Solfahcord, if I'm not mistaken. No Joel on res, so that's cool. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Noroi and attempt the effect to special from deck. Not being able to make out Alex's hand here, so I don't know if there's like an imperm. I did see a trap card. Could be imperm. It could be the any kind of archetypal trap. I think he's on Mitsurugi of some variety. Reading Noroi, always a good sign. Oh, and Tenpai as well. Okay, so that's confirmed. I had suspicions of that, but reading Noroi again. Great sign. Makes me think that that trap is probably just imperm. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and imperm the Noroi. Great. That's not going to resolve. Oh, interesting. Okay, he just wanted the cost. And there's the Impulse, which is also going to destroy because there's a trap engrave. Okay, okay. Two hand traps, neither one playing into the Izuna. Looking good for Alex. Yep, that's a pass. Noroi negated, Lantern negated. We're going to start off with Mitsurugi Prayers. This is likely in the draw phase. Adding Habakiri. Let's go ahead and go to main phase and reveal Habakiri, eh? This seems to be just fine. Special summoned from deck is Saji, and then of course on resolution, or not resolute, but to fulfill the effect, Saji will be the only acceptable negate, or the only acceptable tribute. And Juan says that he does not want to watch this movie, so he's just going to go ahead and scoop it up right there and go to game 2. Now, unfortunately, my suspicion is that at this moment, because Juan did not allow Alex to play his turn out, he is unaware of the Tenpai technology that Alex has masterfully woven into his deck. On the other hand, Alex is unaware of the Solfahcord technology on Juan's side. So, both duelists going into their side decks here with simply half knowledge of what's actually going on. I'm not sure what Alex is going to bring in for this matchup. The K9 stuff is probably something your main deck teched for. You might bring in like a Droll or Perulia, but he was likely main decking the Perulia. Or actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have just seen Perulia on the front of the side deck there. You might have taken that out anyway. Contact C, I'm noticing. Okay. And I do see Drolls. Okay. So he's preferring to stop Juan from playing as opposed to drawing cards for allowing him to play. Alright, looks like Juan has also finished siding. Players shuffling up. And let's see if this game 2, thank you for that, will showcase the other half of either player's deck, or will it simply be a K9 versus Mitsurugi match once, or not match, but game once again. All right, decks have been cut. Hands have been drawn. Game 2 is underway. Oh! A little bit of information they're potentially giving up. That's why you gotta be careful with that hand shuffle, son. You can't just be flinging that thing out everywhere. Alright, looks like Juan is taking first as he's considering what his first action is going to be. We are going to start off with Chaotic Elements. But I think I saw in Alex's hand a certain bird. Jokel hits the hand. Does the bird come down? Or was I tripping? No, no bird. Alright, Jokel is going to reveal itself in Azuna. Azuna is going to attempt to send. We're going to chain Contact C. I might be missing something, but I think we just gave Juan link material, right? I don't really think that that was a very good time to do that. Okay, hitting the hand now off of the effective Jokel is Lantern. I could have swore I saw a Droll, but maybe not. Maybe... Yeah, so we're just obviously going to link away this Contact C. Yeah, just take that. Alright, IP Masquerena, which we just got for half price. Lantern is going to reveal to summon itself and Lupus. Chain Dominus once again. Okay, this time at least it won't destroy. Now Lupus, however, can still revive itself because Contact C was activated in the hand. He's looking at that Magnemite, but Lupus is in fact an Earth monster, so Magnemite's not even legal. I guess we can target the Jokel. That was probably better used on Lantern with Impulse on Lupus if you really cared about Lupus hitting the field that much. And we're gonna bell it anyway. Okay, so we still want Jokel to be engraved, and we also, this is kind of a twofer because we deny the search of the Magnemite as well in end phase. Which I'm not sure if we're aware that that is even actually relevant, if we know that Mag was even going to search again Roku, but we prevented the need to even find out. Alright, so Ripper hits the board, detaches the search for Case, and it also should have set the quick play because a monster effect was activated. He might not play the quick play. Oh no, he searched Case and then used Case to search Noroi, I guess. Yeah, I'm hoping... it was either forgotten or he just doesn't play the quick play. Alex is down to just 2 cards unknown in the hand, and Ripper does have a negate available. Noroi special summons Jokel. Noroi's going to send to look. D-Barrier, Prayers, and Magnemite. Okay, so we brought the D-Barrier in, having won game 1. So that's interesting. Do we have a way to extend? Yes, so here is, I believe this is Solfahcord Happiness. Let me see if I can pull up exactly what this does. Solfahcord Happiness, normal spell. Activate one of these effects, but you can only use each one once per turn. Discard 1 card, and if you do, add 2 Solfahcord Pendulums with different scales from your deck to your hand. Then you can special summon a Solfahcord Pendulum monster from your hand up to the number of monsters your opponent controls plus 1. So it looks like that's what we've done here. We discarded Lantern, added the 2 Solfahcords, and now at resolution we can summon one of them because 0 plus 1 of course is 1. Hitting the board is that one, which we will hopefully find out right now which one that is. Looks like that is Gracia. And Gracia's monster effect is while you have an even pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, your Solfahcord Pen monster attacks, your opponent can activate monster effects on the end of the damage step. If this card is normal or special, you can add a Solfahcord spell trap from deck to hand. And it looks like we've done just that, and we have searched... Is that Elegance? Yes, that is Elegance, which is placing the level 1 Solfahcord monster, which is... Let me just pull it up here. I do have the database open. Oh, where are you? Here it is. Promoa. Which looked like we pendulum summoned another Promoa from hand, but the pendulum effect of Promoa is when you pendulum summon, you can target a Solfahcord in the pen zone, return it to hand. And the other one is the monster effect, which is the one we just summoned. While you have Solfahcord cards in both your pen zones, one even and one odd, the activated effects of your Solfahcord cards cannot be negated. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If normal or special, add a Solfahcord card from deck to hand, except itself. If you link summon a Solfahcord monster, you can add one Solfahcord card from face-up extra deck or graveyard to hand. So it looks like we're adding another one of the Solfahcord spells with the Promoa effect. Let's see if I can pull up what that is exactly. It looks like... Oh, he already took it out of the equation. So we're going to go ahead and link off the IP and the Gracia. Into Grand Solfahcord. What is that, like Kulia or something like that? Yeah, looks like Kulia, which is gains 100 attack for each face-up pen in the extra deck. Activated effects of pendulum monsters this card points to cannot be negated. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon a Solfahcord with an odd pendulum scale from your pendulum zone to your zone this card points to, and if you do, negate the activation. Then you can add one Solfahcord pendulum monster with an even pendulum scale from your deck to your face-up extra deck. Lot going on here. And of course, we are getting a search, I believe, off the Promoa. Gracia hits the board once again. Looks like we're considering either a Link 2 or a Link 3. Okay, we're going to overlay for 5 first. Now, I do believe Noroi was special summoned. I don't think there's any kind of restriction on it. It can totally make a light, and we are going to make Chronomaly Vimana with it. This is essentially just a monster negate. And we're going to pass it over. So we got a lot of negations to work through. Yeah, she can special summon to negate a card or effect. Ripper can negate a monster in hand or grave, and Vimana Chronomaly can just negate any monster. Prayers is going to hit the board. We don't necessarily have an answer for that unless we want to go ahead and just do the Grand Solfahcord right now, which we will do. Okay, so we're going to summon, negate Prayers, and then also search. Or not search, but send from deck to face-up extra. Okay, so now we're going to attempt Magnamut, targeting Lantern. Ripper could negate this, but we're not going to. Looks like we don't activate the effect of Magnamut, and then we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Genroku. Or if we did activate it, it just was not interacted with in any way whatsoever. Genroku currently is not a tuner. It was not special summoned by its own effect. We normal summoned it. All right, looks like we went right to the battle phase, and we're attempting to swing Magnemite into Ripper, which is not going to work out great because Case is adding everything up by 900. So we do allow him to redeclare, and then we're going to attempt again Roku, but we're going to go ahead and negate that with the Vimana. We're going to go into main phase 2, set D-Barrier, and pass it over. Okay, so we did activate Mag, it just was not interacted with. And we add Chandra. We know that's D-Barrier because we looked. So it looks like we're shotgunning that effect. I'm guessing Juan attempted to search with something, or maybe we just shotgunned it. Or maybe we called Pendulum so that Juan can't Pendulum summon and get a ton of advantage that way. That's definitely possible. It's possible we called Pendulum there. Now, we definitely need to win here, because that Chandra attacking is going to be a problem. We're going to go ahead and activate another, it looks like Happiness. We're going to discard Call by the Grave, which is crazy. And it's going to add 2 Solfahcords, which makes me think we did not call Pendulum. Because if we did, then this is not very strong. Yeah, okay, so we must have called Xyz. So we do go ahead and Pendulum summon a couple Solfahcords from hand. Let's see if I can identify that other level 1 that's not Promoa. Well, it's already off the screen, so I can't quite tell. But we do link now into the other Grand Solfahcord, which is... doesn't quite look like this one, but the only links I'm seeing are Kulia and Musisha. Oh, maybe it's just the foil throwing me off, but that might be Musisha. Which, if it is, add a Pendulum monster from hand or extra deck face up. Oh, add 1 Pendulum monster from your hand to the extra deck face up. And regardless, though, it seemed like we had enough to push for game there. It does seem like, because there was an attack boost per each face-up monster in the extra deck, which was several there. So, Juan is able to take home game 2 and gained the knowledge that Alex is on Tenpai, not just pure Mitsurugi, which is going to be vital here for game 3. Now, whether or not Alex intends to send Juan first is still up for discussion. Because it will be Alex's choice. Yeah. Judging by the fact that he brought D-Barrier in game 2, I'm led to believe that he was expected to be sent first. That's how he felt. Which... Does that mean he intends to go first here? That That's debatable. But I see the D barriers and shifter in the side deck, which makes me think... I would think he's going second if the D barriers are in the side. But only time will tell. We will learn here shortly the way it actually went down. Ash Blossom going to the side deck as well. And Called by the Grave, which normally you would have that going first. So the D barriers are in the side, the Called by the Grave is in the side. I'm willing to bet that this man is intending to go second. Let's see how this ends up actually manifesting. Okay, we're also pile shuffling. Juan's adjusting the camera. Might as well, you have plenty of time. We're hand shuffling again. Game 3, here we go. Thanks, Juan. You can go ahead and offer your deck for cut at any point to your opponent now. You've sufficiently randomized the deck, Alex. There you go. Good lord. I feel like I was sitting here for like 100 minutes. Okay. Who is playing? That's what I gotta know. Who is going first? What did Alex choose? He sent Juan first. First action. Case for K9. I feel like he's seen that card all 3 games. I do see D barrier, so I think Juan sided for going first. He read that correctly. He was expecting to be sent in this direction, and it worked out. Being added to hand is Noroi. Now, this is potentially massive because Noroi can, of course, not only special summon, but look at Alex's hand for essentially free, if not still on a +1, because you can special summon Jokul. Jokul can then add. Why did Case go to the graveyard? Oh, he's sending Case to look. Okay. Wow! Your boy is cooked. Yeah, hilarious. I love non-games in Yu-Gi-Oh! Hydra, Sangan Summoning, Habakiri, Saji, and I forgot the 5th one already, but it doesn't matter. Hopefully you play the Mjolnir lock, because that's the only way you have a shot here, buddy. overlaying the Jokel and the Noroi for Ripper. Ripper's going to grab a card from the deck. Did we search with Jokel? Interesting. All right, we're just conferring with our teammate there about our extra deck options, what we think the play is, knowing what we know. So we do grab Jokel with Ripper. Lantern's going to try to revive Noroi and summon itself. We know that there's no interactions from Batterby, so it's totally fine. We're going to grab another copy of Case with Jokel. Going to rub Jokel's little snout a little bit. Going to go for a Link 2 play into IP Masquerena. Jokel's going to reveal itself in Lupus. So I wonder if we're thinking about going for a big Link play here, because IP does protect whatever it makes. So there's a chance that we just make something big enough. We're going to go for Valen. Book of Moon. Okay, now the Sengen summoning is going to somewhat invalidate that, but we do have a trap set as well. I don't know that we're aware of exactly what that is. Aramasa was the 5th card, and we drew a spell. Can't quite make out what that is. Is that... No, I can't. But it seems like we're about to activate. It's going to be Prosperity. Okay, so that increases our chances of survival even further. We don't interact with it, which we seem like we considered interacting with it, so we must have something like an Ash Blossom in hand. I'm a little surprised we even go for the Prosperity here, considering we pretty much have everything we needed to play, especially going for 6. I just feel like you're putting yourself in a half damage situation for potentially nothing, because let's just say, for the sake of argument, that IP is able to link into something here that only Trident Dragion can beat over. If nothing else can do any damage, you get to Trident. That's where all your damage is coming from, and it's halved. Alright, Ultimate Slayer is pretty good. We do have Genroku, which could get things started without using our normal. Lightning Storm can trade 1-for-1 with the back row or force the IP. I don't really think we need Prayers, because we already have Habakiri, Saji, and Aramasa. Okay, so I just completely missed what was even added. That's crazy. ADHD is a crazy drug. But it looks like it was Ultimate Slayer. Okay. So I think you Ultimate Slayer perhaps to get rid of the Masquerena here, but maybe you banished your target. I get for IP, I mean, but surely you didn't banish both the Xyz and the Link's End, if you banished any at all. Alright, we're going to target the Ripper with Ultimate Slayer, sending Aggregator. Oh, that's good, man. Aggregator is going to try to negate the IP. Does that succeed, or do we go ahead and link into something? We're going to chain Azuna here, or perhaps we're doing it on a new chain on resolution. Azuna's going to trigger on summon to send the Lupus from deck to grave. Well, not necessarily specifically Lupus. It sends a K9 card, but Lupus is typically the intended target. Well, but I think Lupus was already used at some point. So yeah, we're just sending Jokul. I think Lupus is under the Valen. So we have a negated IP, a Valen, and once that Valen leaves the field, threatening a Lupus summon for another rank 5. What else would you even do? That back row could be really something. Alright, normal summon Pydra under the protection of Sangan summoning is going to be just fine. Adding Kaiman. We do have to wait till battle phase for the Valon unless we simply want to get the Lupus engrave. Okay, so yeah, we just wanted to get the Lupus engrave. We're not actually trying to book anything. I do think that that was necessary to do before battle phase because if I'm not mistaken, Lupus can only summon itself during the main phase. It's either that or it can only XC summon during the main phase. One of the two. And it looks like we do attempt Lupus here to perform the XC summon. What do we think we have here? We did use our normal on the Pydra. We could make a Ripper here to negate the Habakiri. But unless that trap is something really good, we don't have anything for the Kaiman. And we also haven't surged with Sangan summoning yet. We just are under its protection. Okay, so we go for Vimana. Now Chronomaly Vimana has an attack trick. It can change stats. So it is possible we're attempting to use it to simply make something that Tenpai can't attack over. But now the Habakiri is free to do its thing. It looks like we're attempting Sangan summoning. That's not going to be met with any form of interaction. What is that set card, Juan? I gotta know. I really hope I find out in this match. Added to hand is Genroku. We do have to discard to fulfill Sangan summoning. We are discarding Aramasa, and then we're going to trigger Genroku to summon itself. That's fine. Genroku, he may or may not have made it a level 4 tuner. Looks like we must have. Yep, okay, Bident is attempting to revive the Genroku. We're good here. And now we're going to go ahead and go into the Transcendent in the main phase, which we're able to do this because we have Kaiman. So Transcendent's going to put everything in attack position. In the main phase, it itself is unaffected, and when we go to battle, we won't be able to activate any effects, which it looks like we've gone to battle Kaiman is resolving, so it's just over, right? We can't activate any effects, and there's nothing... I mean, we're under half damage, but that doesn't even matter. Juan, why are you watching this movie? Just scoop. It's over. Even under prosperity, this is no problem. Look at how much is going on. Let's see, that's, I think that's 1,700 over 800, so that's 900, which is halved is 450. Valon, I don't think is that big, maybe 400 or 500 damage there, so we're at 800. Plus, we got beat over the Chronomaly, which I don't really see that being an issue. Chandra's going to attack it for no reason and then attempt a quick sync. Looks like we're going into Odd Eye's Meteor Burst, which I think was a little unnecessary. We're already under the Transcendent, but Biden's going to summon out, pop the Imperm, attack over the Vimana. Direct with Meteor Burst. Our teammate is now actually playing for us, which I think is illegal, but whatever. Yeah, and then there's the scoop. Yeah, that was cool. Tenpai OTKs. And the match is over. That's round one. Batterbee takes it in whatever fashion you want to call that. Convincing fashion, cringe fashion, stupid fashion, totally lame fashion, freaking whack fashion. A lot of different fashions you could describe the way in which that game was taken, but that is the way that it was taken. Guys, no one likes this deck. No one likes Tenpai. I hate this deck. I don't want to say nice things about it. I'm not going to say nice things about it. I hated watching that. I hate that my friend had to go through that. I'm pissed. Bye.